All right, we talk about Evo top six. First of all, I wanted to show the bracket. If you don't know, like get the fuck out of here, Sam. Oh, you don't know, or most of you probably do know, but Evo happened, and surprise, surprise. Or to actually very surprising. Nitro won. Spoilers. If you guys haven't watched it yet, but it's been at least a week and a half, I think, maybe a week. Nitro won, which is fucking crazy. And this was the bracket, which also is crazy. And I think this is really cool. Um, I feel like in every Strive top eight, top six for the past, I want to say year and a half, we've had a pretty dominant force of like Tempest, Umi Show, you know, maybe someone comes out, Leffen, sometimes if Zondo's there. It's pretty dominant in like, these are the people that will be in the top eight. There's like MFCR, and there's also a bunch of other consistent people we could probably keep naming. Um, Tiger Pops and whatnot. Um, and for Evo, you probably expect the same thing, right? Because that's when everyone locks in. That's when everyone kind of super consistent or tries to be, which again is a bigger tournament, so like it's a lot harder to be more consistent playing more games. I don't know how many games you needed to get into winners final or winners top six for, but I assume like 12 or 13, um, which is pretty normal. So yeah, so like when we do see, because like all of these players right here, Jack Nitro, Tatuma, Ui Gui, and Reditto, I feel like are pretty outliers here, right? Zondo, he's known. Like, how many top eights has he been in? Probably a lot. Probably every time he goes to a major, he gets at least top eight. Um, or, like he's been to many majors where he's gotten a top eight. And everyone else has not. And I called it out. I said Jack is gonna cook this major. I know everyone doubts like the online player that's like cooking everyone online, but like they come out and they just pop the fuck off. But I didn't doubt him. You watch Jack, um, he's a fucking menace. Dude is a defensive monster. I know everyone's like, aha, HC, whatever. He mashes at amazing spots. He knows where to mash. He knows what you're gonna do. Um, IBFD's crazy. Like I don't know how you hit this guy, but you know what? The best of the best are here, and I think he ended up losing to Nitro and lost right away in loser semis. Whatever, dude. It's top six, right? It's a rough road out here. Um, but not I think the cool thing about a lot of these players is like the growth path, right? Like they're even Zondo, like everyone kind of like knows Zondo's story now. Like he's in Israel. He's like obviously like plane tickets and stuff are super expensive. He's trying to like get funding through community and tournaments to go to all these events, and like even Evo he got community funded, which like dude is a grinding. If you watch his stream every single morning, the dude is playing the game for like 10 hours or something. It's a lot of hours. I don't know if it's 10, probably like 4 to 10, somewhere in between that range. But I put up a stream in the morning, watch him play. I used to watch him play a lot more when he played Ram. Switched Asuka, so you know what, it's okay. But I still watch his stream because he's a really cool guy. He's really funny. But like Ditto's been grinding, like super up and comer, right? Like started off like season one, like no one really knowing him, and then like at the end of season one, started topping fucking like TNS and stuff, and like super sick player, probably best Ram in the world at this point. For a bit, it was like Zondo for me, but now Zondo doesn't play Ram, so it definitely goes to Ditto. I don't think anyone's better than Ditto. Even SQ, I don't think even matches Ditto. I think Ditto's super consistent. Conversions are sick and everything. But even and the rest of these are like super hard grinders. If you watch TNS, if you watch like any tournament, any online tournament, Jack is in there getting at least second place. I don't think I've seen this dude get less than second at an online tourney ever. He just cooks everyone. I don't know. built different. I think he started showing up at the beginning of season 3. Could have been at the end of season 2, and I wasn't paying attention. But I feel like Jack has been in the playing since the end of season 2. Like started like coming up out of tournaments and doing real fucking good. Because I think around the end of season 2, I started hearing like, who is this Jack guy? When he just started cooking. So, HC player. You can say what you want about HC players, but Jack is good. Nitro also started like playing a lot around season 2. I think that's when like Dragon Ball kind of like officially died, and he just kind of moved on. He's been playing the game for like since the game came out, I think, but like officially like started hard grinding it around season 2, beginning of season 2. Tatuma, I see him on the replay channels all the time. He's a really good soul. And Ui Gui had his like first like breakthrough performance at Frosty. I think he almost cooked Hosashi, took him to game 5, like for a top 8 or maybe around there. I could go back and check, but whatever. People were super hyped on him. And I think the one thing that is like very similar for a lot of these players is like the amount of work they're putting in, right? Um, Here, I'll let finals play while I talk because I'm just down here talking. Um, Here, let me mute this, put finals on. But I think the one thing that is crazy about these guys is the amount of work they put in. Like if you're ever in tower and you don't see Nitro or Ooey Gooey in there, like I'm concerned, right? Like I've never not been in tower and have not seen Nitro in the game, right? And like this is even back in the day when I used to play a lot of tower. Like I remember like Nitro running like 30 game long sets against me. And again, I'm not like some no name at all. He just grinding, right? Like, just grinding matchups, grinding. Maybe he just wanted to beat me really hard. Who knows? But like, I have respect for everyone in this top 6 of how much they've grinded the game. And like it kind of shows. Like I feel like for a year and a half, like there's been a lot of complacency and strive. Like I think everyone expects like MFCR, a Tempest, a Umi show to be in top 11, to be in top 8. And it's really cool seeing all these people that have been putting in a lot of the fucking work pop off for this tournament. And I think, like we're going to be seeing a lot more of that, right? Like I think at this point, um, yeah, there's, but like, all right, I'll go back to this, but if you watch Tatuma play, he plays with the fact that he wants you to RPS around his DP. He did it a lot in the left and set, where he would just do cross up DP at all times against roll, because he was just like, look, if you're gonna roll, you gotta expect for me to DP too. So like, which was really cool, I think. But maybe I'll go over the sets on something. But yeah, this set was really crazy. The patch wasn't kind. This is true. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more, like because there's so many grinders. There's so many grinders in this game right now. There's, obviously another one that's been like popping up. Krieg. Krieg is super hard grinding and like, starting to take a bunch of games off of top players. There's Jack, which is hopefully gonna start coming to more tourneys. Nitro, which, Evo finalist. I think this is no one's bingo sheet, to win Evo. Like it wasn't on mine. I respect Nitro because literally, if you watch my stream, all I talk about is damn Nitro's always in tower, just grinding, and like that's hype. Like as much as people are like, oh, tower play isn't for real practice, like it is. Like you get really good, doing what you want to do, or practicing what you want to do in tower. And it shows like these players, ooey gooey and stuff, like they grind so much tower. These guys' levels are so high, and I do think that's pretty hype. I really enjoyed this Evo because of that. Because like a lot of these players who I respect that are always in tower, like you could go and get games against Nitro probably every fucking day because he is in tower. Like you could go play against the Evo champion if you want. You could probably go play against Ooey Gooey in tower every day because that's where they are grinding. Like it's pretty sick. And like like sometimes it might be hard to find sets against other players or whatnot, but like these guys are always in there grinding, and obviously they probably having sets against other good players too. But I just gotta respect it. Gotta respect like um, Ditto, Tatuma, Nitro, Ui for like defying basically all odds. I don't think literally I think everyone thought it was gonna be Leffen, Umisho, Tempest, Zondo, maybe like MFCR and like maybe like Super Noon, right? In top six, but basically Zondo is the only one, and he's also like person that's always in tower grinding too. And again, this is not like saying like oh all the other players that aren't in tower grinding are falling off and something. It's not really what I'm saying. I'm more of like it is really hype that like you could see like the hard work like visible to everyone pay off, right? Like if you want to go play Nitro, he is in tower, and you could see like his hard work in tower is fucking paying off. Not only that, he's obviously just a great player and shit. So it's pretty sick. I really really enjoyed this Evo. Um, Obviously grand finals. Like I feel like the way Tatuma plays makes you kind of scramble, right? So like me might have been pretty set to watch in all of Strive, but like I definitely respect the grind from all these players, and just want to talk about how hype it made me for the game. Like I know everyone talked about how the game is no skill or whatever, like it's offense super crazy, but like there are still some decisions to be made, and people still like even with Nitro, like people are just like, oh, just play Walt Assault character, win the game. Not only is Nitro playing with the worst Wild Assault, which is blue, which to be fair, Jacko does use it the worst or the best. Um, he's also playing with a character. He's also playing with a character that most people would consider not in the top five, um, which I also think is super sick. You know, it also shows that don't need to play one of the top five that everyone argues about to win, right? Like as long as you're grinding, as long as you know the interactions, as long as you know what your character's doing. Obviously, like is not the worst character in the world, so like definitely has some good matchups, and we did see Nitro pull out Geo as a secondary, which is fair. Um, but you know what? It's something he knows, right? If you know your character is weak in some type of aspect, there's no point in like beating your head against a dead horse because your character's weak against that aspect. Might as well pick a secondary, right? I think that also like a big factor, right? Like a lot of people just are like, yeah, my character sucks in this matchup, so I'm just gonna hope I don't have that matchup I have to play against when like that's also like part of the game. Like if you're just gonna go ahead and tank that matchup, go ahead, but like you just can't expect to go far, right? Like praying, rolling the dice on do I do I just hope or am I gonna have some type of backup plan is something that's really good. And like in Jacko's case, like Geo's probably the best backup plan here, right? Because let's say your bad matchups are like HC, Axel, you know, stuff like that. Like, well, you just pick Geo, right? And you just run at them, and it covers a lot of the bad matchups. I think he had Geo for Ram also, which is 100% fair because Ram kind of destroys Jacko. Not destroys, but yeah, definitely Geo's a lot easier, and there it is, the hype, winning Evo, got to pop off. So got hit by the Jacko generic anime mix. What do you mean, like the fuzzies? Low key, I've been getting hit by all the Jacko shit too. Um, the jump left, right, the melty blood. Fair, fair. It happens. Wait, so is Jacko OP or what? I don't know. She won Evo. Might as well put her up. Jacko top one, obviously. Yeah, no. Honestly, when I saw Nitro in top six, other than wanting to be right that Jack would win the tournament, I wanted Nitro to win because I respect the guy a lot. Um, and yeah, I'm hyped. And yeah, I think that kind of concludes my talk about it. I'm just kind of hyped for the future of the game because hopefully more tournaments are like this where we see like the people putting in a lot of work, kind of climbing to the top. Not saying again the current top players are not putting in a lot of work, but like the people that are grinding every day, showing their results on the big stage would be hype. And another, some notable people, MJ Karase, I think got eighth or ninth. And there was also a couple others right outside of top six, which were really cool. I think Varix was right outside, and maybe one other person. MJ got ninth. Yeah, there's a lot of people right outside that are also putting in a lot of work. But even those right outside of top six were had some fucking crazy crazy sets, and they also deserve to be recognized. But sadly, top six is top six. Uh, very excited. So yeah, yeah. Congratulations, Nitro though, and hyped to see the next tournament. I think there's one this weekend.